before joining the band, you were in a King Diamond tribute band, I believe, with Michael.
Yeah, it's not the same Michael. I mean, but yeah, I played in a King Diamond cover band. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you meet the artillery members? How did it come about that you joined up?
Well, I think we were playing a small gig somewhere in Jutland, in Denmark, somewhere, and I have to mention that the whole King Diamond Merciful Fate thing was just like something I did for fun. I have another band called Right, which I do serious stuff with, and I did that prior to joining artillery. But we did this show in a small venue somewhere, and at that time I think that Søren had decided that he wanted to leave the band, and so I must have made a good impression. I mean, I don't know. Obviously I did. So I was really grateful that I could have been there that day. You know, my luck.
Are you still involved with Right?
Yes.
Okay, you know, while researching this interview, I heard some music of Right, and you reminded me a lot of neoclassical singers like Mike Vessera, Mark Bowles, Goran Edman. I don't know if this is a coincidence or if you do admire this singer and that genre of music.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm always looking for great singers to be inspired by, but I'm not trying to be a certain singer. I'm just I try to do what I can do, and then yeah, finding what I feel for. But singers like Ronnie James Dio and Bruce Dickinson and Rob Halford, like the great ones, but also people like Mike Patton and stuff like that, I really like. But I like the classical training part because it gives you a lot of strength. So I like that. So I think that's maybe some of the reasons why I sound like I do.
Okay, I noticed the last 3 artillery albums have an emotion of suffering. The person who is speaking as if he's going through some bad moment. It's got me thinking. Do you try to put yourself in the shoes of the lyrics subjects when singing? Yes,
I mean, you have to try to give as much of yourself as possible. I think that, I mean, sometimes when you write lyrics you project something and enhance it a little bit, and I think the whole theme of the suffering and the pain, I think it's just like the world these days is a very tough place to be in, and people are doing very terrible things to each other. So it's not like always just a literal pain, it's like the pain of existence. And from the Buddhist view, that life is suffering, but it doesn't mean that you're suffering as such. It's just that you have to make the world the best possible place for everyone to be in. So I think that is where we try to project, to sometimes address these horrible themes and that, and some people are having a bad time. So being aware of that, you might be able to be a better person when you're trying to be one. So.
How do Morten and Michael differ from each other as guitarists?
Oh, well, I think it's quite obvious that Michael is the crazy guy on the whammy bar, and Morten is like the more controlled one.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's also how they are as persons, because Michael is very open and talks a lot, and Morten is maybe a little bit more quiet, So that's maybe is something you can hear in the guitar work as well. Yeah.
Okay, Lars Ulrich, King Diamond, Artillery, and even the famous producer Flemming Rasmussen. All the biggest Danish metal personalities seem to be from Copenhagen. What makes Copenhagen so special?
I don't know. I mean, it must be because it's the capital, and it's very close to Sweden also. And there's many great Swedish musicians, but I think that's, I don't know why actually, but I think it's something about mentality, because once in a while, in other parts of Denmark, there's still like a thriving scene, but maybe it's thriving for 5 or 6 years and then it diminishes again. And I think it's very important that you keep the drive and the positivity and the enthusiasm going. So and I think that maybe in Copenhagen is big enough to keep that going.
Okay, just a few straightforward questions. Excluding Legions, which do you think is Artillery's best album and why?
That must be, to me, I think the best album they did by Inheritance, because it's a very melodic album, and it shows that the band is going forward in many ways, because the two first albums is like really raw and really like thrash metal, and by Inheritance is like a step forward, and it's actually, I wouldn't say a more commercial record, but actually it is, I think, and it's to me it's a good thing, because it made it able for other people to hear Artillery as well, and you can tell that they can do a lot of stuff, not just play hard.
Okay, which bands would be on your wish list of touring dates? That you haven't yet toured with?
Yes, oh, that's really hard. I mean, I always would love to tour with Iron Maiden, because they're such a positive band. I admire them, not only for their music, but also because they're like, seems to me, great persons. And Motorhead, I must say, because I'm a huge Motorhead fan. So I would love to do that.
Okay, that was Michael Bastholm-Dahl. Thank you for your time and answering my questions.
Thank you.